Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to look into Recycler View. So as you guys might already know that in apps you need a list of things to be displayed and all that, so that's what we are going to work on today. And sorry for the delay guys, as you can tell my nose is blocked and I'm having some really hard time this week, so yeah, hope you guys forgive me. Okay, so let's go ahead with empty activity. As you already know the drill, we are going to create a new project which we can name as recycler view creation, maybe. I'm not sure, whatever you guys want to name. And um, yeah, that's it. Don't forget to choose Java here, and we're going to click on finish. The loading of the project is done. And now let's quickly have a look at androidx, like the list, recycler view list, like what implementation is required. So here, as you can see, we're not going to add in selection yet, so we are just going to add in the recycler view. We're going to copy this, so this is going to be the latest one. Let's not go to alpha yet, so let's just go to what is already a little stable, I think. So let's copy that, and if not, like I'll list it down below. So let's go to build.gradle, and there you're gonna add in the dependency. Okay, so we have added. Now let it sync. So the syncing is done. Now after that, let's quickly go to layout, and let's go to activity main, where we'll be making the UI changes. Let's remove this. We're gonna make it like a linear layout. You can make it any layout relative or linear, but for timing I'm just keeping it linear. Everything else is set, but we need to change this into wrap um, content, because we want the height to be dynamic. It, like, the longer the list, the longer the height should go. So let's not restrict that, or else it's gonna cause problem in future. And let's remove this text view, and we're gonna add in the um, recycler view we just imported. Okay, so added androidx recycler view. After that, you can add in the width and height. So let's wrap the content. Let's place the same thing here in wrap content. So if you have a look, you'll have some list like this. So that is where you know it's right. Let's keep it an ID because we might need to refer it later on. Now let's go and make the view of each list. So basically this is just going to present the list that is being added here, but for each of these lists to be presented, like how to be presented, we need to make a extra layout for that. So we'll go to layout, and we are going to press Command N, okay, or right click, I think, in Android. So you're gonna go and create a layout resource file here, okay, and we're gonna keep the root element as linear layout, and we're gonna add in a card. So we're gonna name this as card view, okay, because later on we'll be making it into card, but for now we'll be just making a plain list. Now the card view is added. Let's add some text in this. Now just make sure that this is always a wrap content, right? Now we have text view, and again let's keep it wrap content. And also I think we might need an ID here, so because we'll be referring to this text view to set the text. So we'll add an ID, and let's keep it like title. So text view is done. Linear layout is done. Okay, so we have the card view here, and we have the activity main. So the main UI part is done. Now let's go back to main activity, and let's quickly get into the reference. So as you guys already know the drill by now, declare the object, and we're going to initialize each of them separately. So here, for example, if we can have a look, this is recycler view, right? So we are going to take this and we're going to initiate a recycler view. Recycler view, yeah, again, to import. So recycler view, let's just click on that so that you can see what is being imported. Okay, and we're going to name it as list for now. We're going to initialize it here now. List equal to the recycler view here. Okay, and we're going to find the ID that is presented in the main class, which as you can see, we have the list as the ID, right? So r.id dot the list. Fine, it is initialized. Now in recycler view, you have to keep three things in mind. First is the initialization of this, that's like the declaration of this list, and second is the adapter. So this recycler view will need an adapter to add in data and to present it accordingly. And third, we need the layout manager as to how to show the data to the user, and it even helps in reusing the items accordingly. So these three things are required. So first thing, we need to create an adapter. So in order to create an adapter, you're gonna press Command N here, and we are going to let's create a package separately in order to define which is the adapter. Once the folder is created, again Command N or right click, and then after that you're gonna click on the new and click on Java class, right? So this is gonna be recycler view adapter. Okay, so we have created this. Now let's actually make the adapter, then we'll come back to the main activity later once it's done. So the second part is recycler view adapter. Now in order to make this recycler view, like the adapter, work, we need to extend some class. So we're going to extend recycler view dot adapter. So here again we need some explanation. So in adapter we are gonna need a component called view holders. Actually view holder will be a reference to the card view. Okay, so we need to create a view holder for that in order to refer that card view in the adapter, right? So we're going to create another class here, and we're going to make it view holder view holder new. Okay, just to distinguish, and we're going to extend this as well, and this extend is going to be recycler view dot view holder. Okay, so we are going to create a constructor for this to set up the card view here. So I mean, an easy method is just to press Command End, and you can create the constructor here and they'll create it for you. So after that, once this is being created, you're going to refer the item view that is the card view here. Okay, we need to reference that in the view holder. So here we are going to initialize so this is, we initialized text view in card view, right? So whatever items you have created here, you need to add in here. So this is gonna be text view, and we're gonna initialize them here. Okay, so I just added in the R here, and after that it could find the title there. Now the initialization is done. We're going to reference this view holder which is in recycler view adapter. Okay, so we are going to write recycler view adapter dot view holder new. So the easiest method to implement all the methods is just click on this and you'll get this bulb thing and click on it and you get implement methods. Select all of them and just click OK. So it's gonna add in all the methods here. Now in on create view holder, basically we are going to link the card view. So basically in here we just referred to what is in the card view, right? So we'll be passing the card view like the Java object of that particular card view, like XML view, into this, and then this is going to take in the text field accordingly, right? It's getting assigned there. So you'll gradually understand. So basically also we need to get in the data as to what to show in the list, right? So we are going to require two things here. First is context. So basically I'm not sure whether we'll be using context or not, but it's a safe side, like most of the time we use it, right? So if not now, then maybe in future, right? So let's add in like list data. So basically list data is gonna grab in the data for us, and we are going to assign it here to present the data. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is, in order to get these data, we need to make a constructor so that we can initialize it with those data and assign these variables some data. Okay, so let's make a constructor here, public and recycler view adapter, and in here we are going to add in the context, right, and also the list. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, string list data. Okay, right. Now so basically we use this to refer to the class variables. So this dot context equal to, we are going to assign the context that we get from here into this, right? Easy and simple. So list data equal to list data. So assigning is done. We have the data. Oh yeah, and also this is bracket. So yeah, so basically now next we need to have a reference of the card view. We don't have the reference to the card view yet. So first we need to have a reference of that. In order to have a reference of that, we need to use inflation method in order to get the object part of that XML. Okay, so for example we have view b equal to, we are going to use layout inflator. So first thing is we need a reference, that is we have r dot layout dot, we have the card view that we just created, right, and comma, we are going to add in the view group next, right, and also there was a third parameter, yeah, attached to the root. Okay, so we don't want it to attach to the root, we just want to take the object part of it. Since we got the object of this card view, we are going to add this to the view holder that is going to be returned from here. Okay, so in order to do that, just create a new view holder new, view holder new equal to new view holder. So if you remember, it needs an item view here. If you remember this, the view that this the parameter that we need to pass in, so it's going to be v here. Okay, so after that we are going to return here view holder new. That's it. Okay, So the parsing of this card view is done. Now after that, we need to get in the view holder from here and add in some data, and we are going to reference to the item view here. Okay, so in order to do that, we are going to write in a text view, and we have the text view, and we are going to get it from the holder dot, again, text view, right? And we're going to assign data here. So text view dot set text, right? Set text, and here we are going to assign the data that we have just gotten here, that is list data. Okay, list data, and this is the position that we get from here, right? So that it will all be shown one after another according to the position. Again, get item count, we need to get the list data because that's the data that will be showing, and dot length. Okay, so that's it, and this is done for the adapter. Now let's go to main activity and let's add in data in that. Okay, so let's say I have string data, and we have data equal to, we have test1, comma. So we have recycler view adapter, okay, equal to adapter. So we are going to call the adapter now, and we are going to create an object of it. So new recycler view adapter, and if you remember, we need to pass in context and the string data. So context, it's going to be main activity dot this, and after that we're going to pass in the list data. And if it's not restricted to just this, you can add in as many data as you want here. I'm just giving an example. Okay, we need to set the adapter for this, so list dot set adapter is the adapter. Okay, that adapter is done. Next, we need to set the layout. So if you remember, that is the third point that we have discussed earlier. So in order to set the layout, it's just simple. We are going to keep it simple. List dot set layout. So we are going to keep it a linear layout. So let's go for that linear layout manager. And inside this, most probably they are going to ask context. Yeah, so they did ask for context. Now that's it. Let's quickly run it. So after running, this is how it's looking like. So pretty simple, you can just make it easily. This is just the starting of the application. We'll get into a complicated version of it. So for today, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you do like the video, just support me by subscribing and liking the video, and thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye bye.